Commissioners. The second favoring. Councilmember Costello made a motion to take item 57 out of order, and it's been second. There's been a second. I'll go to discussion. Councilmember Lasser.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. It's my intention, and it's my belief that this particular proposal still needs some more meeting and some more work on it. There's a lot of issues involved on this, that a lot of questions have been presented.
Councilmember,
I'd like to move to refer this item back to the administration.
Councilmember, this was only a discussion to take the item up. We're not in discussion.
Well, then I'd like to come back and get in the queue.
Okay, sure. Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis on the motion to take it out of order.
I'm not going to.
Great. Moving to a vote on the motion to take it out of order. Favoring, opposed, motion carries. Okay, now we'll call the item.
Yeah, 57 is an order.
Item 57, Councilmember Laster for discussion.
As I was saying, I believe that this item still needs some more work on it. There's a number of questions around the table about the contract terms, the players. Therefore, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to, I move that we refer this item back to the administration with the intention of including a contract with Linebarger.
Councilmember, at this point, I'd have to I'd have to rule it out of order because doing so would make this item move due to the important day in collections is July 1st. And so if we delay this, you know, I perhaps entertain a one-week delay if there's questions that need to be addressed, but I'll recognize Attorney Feldman.
Let's have a second on the.
Sorry.
My motion was to refer it back to the administration.
But we're allowing for discussion right
Is
now.
this gonna have an impact on the collections in the month of, what you said, June and July, by delaying it?
By delay, yes, we would. So I was gonna allow Attorney Feldman to chime in. Attorney Feldman?
Referring the motion back would effectively moot it. The key date in delinquent tax collection is July 1st, because that's the turnover date for the delinquent tax collection law. That's why these contracts begin on July 1st. So anything that would bring about a delay so that the contract could not be acted upon and approved prior to that date would moot the contract.
So, Councilmember, if there's still questions pending, again, I could entertain, if you need an additional week, we could delay it a week. I would consider that, but as you heard from the Attorney Feldman, anything further than that?
Well, I believe that there are a number of issues that still need to be retained. I don't think we're going to get all those addressed here today. If pressed on the issue as it's presented to us, and if we're pressed to vote on it today, I would have to vote no at this point in time because I'm not comfortable with the contract as it's presented. But I know that there are other voices around the table that need to be heard.
Correct. Yes. We'll have some discussion. Councilmember Starr.
I just have a question for the city attorney. Once again, whether I support this or not, my concern is the comment from the city attorney that we're put in a position that we have to vote or not vote again. My understanding in the past, any contracts that are well written by our city attorney would include a continuing agreement that would not put us in this position where we had to make this decision today or not. So are you saying that you don't have that kind of some kind of language in the existing contract that we would still have collections or some kind of agreement or something that would cover the city from being excluded or having consequences by us not voting today?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but let me say that.
Well, I don't know how much more clear I can make it. do we really have to vote today or not? I mean, can we not refer it back to get it right?
Referring it back would effectively moot it because you have to have a contract in place.
Doesn't
By-
the existing contract not have?
Councilmember, if you would like for me to answer the question, I'd be glad to.
Answer the question that I asked, please.
The answer to the question is, you don't have a provision in a contract unless you have an effective contract. The contract commences July 1st. It commences July 1st because that's the delinquent tax roll, that's the turnover date. You cannot, if you attempt to commence a contract like this after this date, you effectively make irrelevant provisions in the contract referring to collection goals and collection
Can
requirements.
you not modify the commencement date, or can you not,
No.
can we not continue the existing contract?
There's two different questions.
There is no existing contract at
So can we- can we change
June 30.
The commencement date on the,
What's the question, Councilman?
can we change the commencement
You would
date?
render the contract irrelevant.
They would need to get up to speed with, you know, transitioning over there to be able to be in a position to start collections with their section on.
It also goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. Again, these contracts are unique because of the significance of the July 1st turnover date for the delinquent tax roll. All your collection goals, all your requirements, all the monetary issues are premised on the receipt of the delinquent tax roll by the collecting law firm on July 1st.
Councilman Roots tagged last week, and so again, I said earlier, I would entertain a motion to delay it at least for another week, if there's more discussion to answer some of these questions. It's just any further delay right now may jeopardize this, and so.
May
Yeah.
is not what I'm concerned about. Once again, I'm not fighting for either side at this moment. My concern is we continue to come, and I hear the scuffle and the side conversations, and I want to have confidence in our city attorney's response, and I don't think my colleagues do based on the facial expressions and the side conversations I'm hearing. And I just have to ask a question because we depend on our city attorney, and I have depended on him for many things, and he has done a great job. But at this point, I want to make sure that we do our part in our due diligence and ask the hard questions. And so I apologize, city attorney, Mr. Feldman, if I'm questioning, you, but I just want to make sure that we ask the right questions. And I think that's our responsibility.
We appreciate that.
And I don't want it to be a matter of convenience. I want it to be a matter of fact, rather than convenience for this administration, that we have the facts in front of us so that we can make good decisions. Because I have a history now, and I'm concerned about the facts being presented to us versus a matter of convenience for the departments. Thank you.
And Councilman, if there's any facts that you need answers, so we'd be glad to try to answer those.
Once again, this is not mine.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
I'm concerned about the response.
Thank you. Councilman Bradford.
Thank